Hi, Heartrise Healing and Coaching. I wanted to just check in today to talk about parts. I've been working with different parts of myself, and if we can talk in that way, like we all have parts that are sad, we all have parts that we ignore, we all have parts that sometimes don't want to do stuff, right? Like part of me wants to go to the gym, part of me wants to go on a walk. And part of me wants to just relax or eat, whatever that is. We all have many different parts, and parts of us that are mean, parts of us that are kind of bossy, parts of us that they don't care and they're like, whatever. But it's important to talk to those parts when they're very active, when it's happening. Right? Like something that for me, I just have learned to accept, but I'm still learning more about it as, I get older and I evolve. And it's parts like anxiety, right? And so for me, I say, hello, anxiety parts, right? After I'm done with, I had a little meeting just a few minutes ago. And I really noticed my anxiety, and I'm like, okay, breathe through it, right? I'm safe, I'm looking around, and I'm reminding myself it's okay, breathe, right? Practicing all my skills, smelling something nice, touching something nice, self-soothing my nervous system. I did a little bit of Qigong right before coming into this meeting, and not every meeting does this. Some meetings do. I think, different shifts in energy, different agendas shift my anxiety. So, but I'm very aware and in tune with that, and that increases sometimes my anxiety, but anxiety can also be confused with excitement. So I had a little bit of both excitement, and I just said, I'm working through it. And so I wanted to share this video because it's really important to just say hello. As I said hello to this part, right, I allowed myself to be with it in my body, my shoulders, my neck, right? Breathing through it, allowing it to show me what it looks like inside with mindfulness, love, and compassion. And it showed me a memory of like a 6-year-old me being rushed and unsupported, right, to do something that I didn't know what to do. Sometimes we do that, like as parents, right? We rush and tell our little 6-year-old, if we have a brother or a sister or, our child or nephew, a cousin, hey, go do that. And the 6-year-old's like unprepared, unaware, stranger danger, a lot of stuff happening, right, with the 6-year-old developmentally, if they've never been trained or if they've never been, it's not about training, it's about supported, right? We have to support and role model and be patient and compassionate with everything that we choose to do, right, when we want to teach, right, appropriately to a child. So for me, it was something like, go get this from this grocery aisle. And I never really paid attention to the grocery aisles as a 6-year-old. And me being alone, 6-year-old little kid, like, what? Who's coming with me? I don't know where this thing is. Can I even reach it? Would I be able to find it? Oh my God, right? All these things a 6-year-old will go through. So that was a memory I had, right? And my breathing changing, right? Not being able to focus, not being able to know who to ask for support, right? And so this kind of all just came rushing back. So I took a breath and I said, it's okay, baby, right? 6-year-old part of me, anxiety, 6-year-old anxiety part of me. It's okay. I'm here. I've always been with you. I just didn't know that you were there, and I couldn't help you in the time that this was happening. But I'm here now. And that led me to my current, right? I'm not even done talking to this part, but in just those few seconds where I was very kind and compassionate, right? It reminded me of my parenting now, and I'm like, I can see why I was a little pushy and bossy when I was also parenting, right? A 6-year-old at the time. When we become first-time parents, we don't know what the hell we're doing. And so we forget, right? Because we went through that too, but sometimes we remember this more assertive, aggressive, bossy style that, we're all trained to be in society, right? And sometimes it gets misinterpreted, or it's not misinterpreted, but distorted throughout time. And it becomes unsupportive and unloving and uncompassionate, and not anything that we want to be remembered as, like 50 years from now, right? When the child grows and you're like, but I did everything I could to be your parent. I provided, I supported. Like, you were not patient and compassionate. And so I'm wondering why the disconnect is there, right? And you're expecting all these things from this adult, and the memories they have of you is unkindness, right? Unsupporting, just they're unfavorable of you because they still have those parts, right, that are very much screaming inside of them. And it could be with any of us, any adult, even if you had like a harsh parent that wanted you to meet their levels and their expectations. And so we have this hurt that gets stuck and still takes over your life right now. And that's why you keep working so hard and, losing your hair, or your hair growing gray faster, right? Look at me graying now, but some of it is genetic, but some of it is not. And I've been through a lot in my life, but I'm very kind and compassionate to myself, kinder now than I ever was before. So I wanted to just walk you through this whole process so that you can see, like, oh, okay, that can lead to this. It's all about talking to your parts when they're active, so they can show you what's happening, and then it leads you to more awareness of yourself. But I will leave you with that. Have a beautiful day.